By Promise Resource Network. I am so glad to be here today because I need this topic. I need this topic today. It's going from forgiveness or from resentment to forgiveness. Anybody got a resentment?
Nope.
Good for you. Good for you. Let's see.
You said resentment?
Yeah.
So we do talk about it?
Yeah, we're going to talk about resentment first. Let me find, let me get resentment up. Let me get the definition. So does anybody have something, just not so much the details, but how does it feel when you've got a resentment? What does that feel like?
For me, having a resentment makes me a little restless and irritable.
Yes.
It also has a little bit to do with me for being unsatisfied in a certain area or an aspect of my life and like where I'm at. And so more often than not, it's how I am either reacting or responding to some other situation, circumstance, or a person.
All right. Thank you all very much. This is the conclusion of Keep Your Perfect. It says in the dictionary, resentment describes a negative emotion, reaction to being mistreated. There is no one cause of resentment, but most cases involve an underlying sense of being mistreated or wronged by another person. Experiencing frustration and disappointment are a normal part of this.
I used to have resentment with my mom. But I've been carrying that burden for so long. I'm tired. Like, I got kids. I got to learn to love them.
Yeah.
Worry about her.
Breaking that cycle.
Yeah.
Breaking it. Yeah. Letting go of that resentment today because it doesn't serve us.
It's only holding me down.
Yeah. Porter.
For me, I'm like resentment towards mostly other people and more towards myself.
Okay.
Things that I wasn't able to do. Like even when I was sick or going through cancer, I had to realize that when I was going through what I was going through, if I resent what I couldn't do in the past, it doesn't rob me of the present what I can do now. I can change what I couldn't do then, but it allowed me to have a wealth of my knowledge of what I went through, so I can take that past, my present, and actually use it and help people hope and encourage. Like, this is what I went through. Take my story and say, this is my power. What I went through, it wasn't in vain. I wouldn't have moved and doing a lot of other things that would have been like bad for me. I had to stay, so I had to slow down and had to take care of myself. And I resent I didn't take care of myself before because I didn't know how important it was. But now I do. So I don't resent what I went through because it made me the person I am now. And now I know what is important to me.
I love what you said about we don't necessarily only resent other people. We can resent ourselves, those disappointments in ourselves, those frustrations. I could have, I should have, right?
I say that with considerable discomfort. I could have, I should have. I can look, but you know what? It doesn't do any good. It just makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
So the idea is to learn, keep trying. If you make a mistake, learn from it. Don't repeat it.
That's it.
And you always have another chance. You always have another chance. It's always there. Just make the best choice.
Yeah. Choices of responding rather than reacting. I love that. Did you say yes, sir?
Because I like a lot of stuff you guys said, like even what he said, you said, when you said after about like feeling disappointments within yourself, and then I cause like the negative emotion, cause I feel like resentment against like the world sometimes, or just like people in general, for not like accepting me or whatever.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I feel disappointed with myself, So it's like I have all that is like a very heavy burden. It's like it's negative. It doesn't feel good. And then it's like, but I think like having a support system like this, like so far, it's been like very helpful. I've been talking to many people.
Good.
is when like, you know.
That's
supporting you.
that's one of the ways I can get rid of resentment. It doesn't suit me. It doesn't benefit me. And I like what you said about the weight of it. It does. It's just negative. It doesn't jive in my world today. It doesn't give me what I want today. It holds me back.
And you said it you feel unsatisfied. But, you know.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's just because you're like thinking negatively, you're not gonna just like, you know, one.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that resentment it can build. Back when I was drinking, I was pissed at society because they didn't accept me for who I was. Right? First of all, don't you know who I am when I was drinking? But I drank a lot. You know, society doesn't like me, and these people don't like me. And these people say I'm an abomination, and these people say I'm going to hell because I drink. And what I did was drink, which was killing me. Right? Yes, sir.
Would you just run by your definition of resentment again? I apologize, I missed.
No, it's good. I like that because wrong one. Because we can talk further on that. It says resentment describes a negative emotion, like you said, to be mistreated. There are a lot of good reasons to be pissed off in the world today. You know what I mean? There's some shit going on out there. Beautiful thing is when we come here together, community, we don't need to talk about that bullshit, right? I don't want to bring to you negativity. Yes, ma'am.
But do you think sometimes, well, I don't think, I know for myself that some things that I go through in resentment, that stuff is traumatizing.
Oh, yeah.
It starts from childhood. With me, it do. And it carries into my youth.
Yeah.
My adult years. But if I don't get therapy for it and proper medication, it's going to kill me. Yeah. If
only they would have. Or if only they wouldn't have. That's the key. If only. And I can carry that for the rest of my life. That they shouldn't have done this to me. Right? Starts as children a lot of times. And it builds and builds and builds and builds. So by the time I'm an adult, I'm really pissed off. I do things that hurt myself and I do things that hurt other people.
Hurt people.
Oh, yes. Hurt people. Yes, sir.
I would say like that, it started in childhood. Like I was my childhood, how I was treated. But after my childhood, I said, I can resist what happened. It's like injecting myself with poison.
Yeah.
You don't even know what's happening. It's not even affecting you, it's affecting me. So
Yeah.
I have to let go of that because it's not serving me.
Yeah.
I have to talk about it because I have to get it out. But me living in that is not going to be beneficial to me. I can't go and evolve by living in the past. I need to live in the present. What can I do about it?
Yes. Yeah.
My power is in the present, not the past. Not the future.
Not even our higher power can change the past. But I love that quote, and I've heard it before. I drink poison expecting the other person to die. That's what a resentment is, because I take it into myself. I swallow something. I ain't gonna tell the gross story again. I swallow something. No, it's gross. We swallow something, and when, like if you burp it up. God, I taste that hot dog. Shit. That chili was a little intense. And I bring it up and I taste it again, that resentment. And I swallow it because I don't like that. And I bring it up again, and there it is. When I drink, when somebody else hurts me, these things come up, right? And these resentments come up. And I just bring it into myself. We got Todd who says good morning, and Jeremy's in the house. All right. Thank you guys for being out there. Resentment can kill us. Resentment, it says in some of the literature I read, resentment is the number one offender.
Oh, yeah.
And
Number one offender?
It can take me to a place. I believe resentment can kill me.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Definitely.
I do.
Yeah.
In my gut, if I carry this, if I embrace it and hold on to it and bring it up and bring it up and bring it. That's like practicing, isn't it? Every time I do it, it's like practicing, so it becomes natural to me, and then I'm naturally resentful. I don't want to live that way today. I don't want to be the one that's the asshole. I don't want to be the one that hurts other people, right?
Me, Karen, that's
Yes,
why
sir.
I go to therapy, and that's why since my family don't agree with therapy and religion and the same thing, I
Yeah.
need that therapy to get it out, to be able to receive whatever God is going to put in me. I can't get it if there's all that clutter about to worry about that. I have to get all that stuff out, or like, have to process it and understand it. And sometimes you have to accept it. I can't change it. Acceptance, which I accepting, I now have power over it. Once I accept it, but for what it is, good or bad, I have to accept it. So I can love it, but sometimes it's here to teach me. Then that's when you can get it then, even when but the things I've gone through, now I can help you. If I was not worried about if I take it out for myself, like how can I help you?
That's it. How can I use that resentment that I had that was justified? I can't believe they did that to me. Resentment. I can't believe they did that to me, but it is. It just is. Now, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do? Well, thank you. What am I going to do? We had applause from the other room. I thought it was mine.
I was like, okay.
Not clapping your head. It's not done. So we get to forgiveness, right? We get to forgiveness. When I am when I am full of resentment, I got to get rid of it. I got to get rid of it. I got to do something. I got to take action, don't I? You know, faith without works is dead.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Hebrews 1.
Oh, you go, girl.
Yeah, verse 1.
I thought I made that up. But we got to do the action. We got to do the action. Porter said acceptance is one of the big ones.
When I'm going through my addiction, I know I did a lot of things to a lot of people that they have to resent me for.
Yeah.
I want to be
Yeah.
the way I want to treat other people. How I want to be treated. Stop wrong and give people grace and mercy. So maybe I can not concede that listen, I didn't have the tools to do what even back in my past, my childhood, that person didn't have the tools.
Yeah.
They didn't know any better. I didn't know any better. So I have to give myself grace and mercy.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want for other people.
And that's what forgiveness is, that grace and mercy that we give another person, that we give ourselves. All right, let's see. It says forgiveness is an actual process. It's not a singular action. Of course, that begs the question, what is the process for forgiveness? How do we do this thing?
How do you, are you saying like grace and mercy for yourself?
Yeah.
How do you forgive yourself?
Ooh.
The disappointment?
Yeah.
Can I answer that?
Okay. And then we'll close down because I know you got the answer. Okay, tell us.
Well, hi, I'm Yvonne. I'm definitely in recovery. And it starts like I've done a lot of things. I was really grimy from selling drugs to doing whatever I did. And then I hurt people, I hurt my family, I hurt my children. You gotta forgive yourself in order to forgive others.
Yeah.
You can't forgive yourself, that's the problem. You don't carry that baggage, you're gonna be hurting for a long time. You gotta forgive yourself in order to move on.
Yeah.
That's what for me.
Yeah.
We talked about journaling, writing it down, getting stuff out, stuff like that on paper. Because some things are not meant to be told.
Yeah.
That's between you and your higher power.
Yeah.
Or you choose to call God. I call him God. And you just write. Like forgiveness. If I don't forgive myself, I definitely can't forgive others. But if I don't forgive others, how will I be able to move on?
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. I got to work that process. I've got to be able to take those steps so I can get there, so I can be free, so I don't have to go through this shit anymore. I'm tired of burping. I'm tired of bringing this shit up. Too old for this shit. Right? I mean, you get Porter.
I talked to the princess. She used to work at PRN about just going to talk to middle school and just tell them my story.
Uh-huh.
And then not put some things in, but just tell them some of the things I've been through and what I learned from it. Because I think that's an important age to get that. I wish I would have had that when I was my age. They have somebody who's not my parent, somebody who's kind of age appropriate, who doesn't mind being vulnerable. This is my business.
Yeah.
The drugs part, because I don't get the school should even be having a conversation about drugs. Because drugs impact family way more than impact people who don't have any attachment pieces. I can tell people my story, how that's how that.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding from it. I'm not hiding from my past. I'm embracing it.
I appreciate that, Porter, because I did step on a lot of toes. I made a lot of scars on people by my words, by my actions, by my reaction, not my response. Today, I want to respond to people. I want to respond to myself. I'm tired of doing this shit over and over again, thinking I'm going to get a different result.
Insanity.
It is the Einstein's definition of insanity. Okay, we got some tips. You know it ain't the answer, but you know that I like to. We talk a lot about. Well, you need to accept this. Well, you need to practice getting rid of these resentments. Well, but you don't tell me how. Right? A lot of what, but I don't know how. So I like to talk about how a little bit. This ain't the end all, and it may not apply to you, and it may not help you at all, but just some tips that may give some insight. One of these just may hit you, and you go, oh man, maybe if I tried that, I can get rid of this burden, because it is a burden. It is a burden. It says the first one is acknowledge. Acknowledge the hurt. Who hurt you? How did they do it? Why did they do it? What is the context of the situation? How long ago did this happen?
Sometimes that's not going to ever, you're not going to get the answer. You'll probably never get the answer. It's my story.
Yeah, that
I will
why.
never get to that why, yeah.
Yeah,
But maybe it's not for me to figure out why.
yeah. It may not be mine. It may not be mine to know. But like Porter said, grace and mercy. If I can acknowledge and if I can look at what happened to me, y'all said therapy, that's one way. Walking through this process of getting rid of that resentment and getting to forgiveness, right? There's a difference between getting over resentment and actually forgiving, right? I can get over resentment and still have that FU attitude, right? Yes, sir. Oh, I thought you were raising your hand. He was scratching his nose. I'm like, what do you want? Tell me. Oh, Darlene's in the house. Hey, Darlene. I love you so much. I've missed you. Yes, dear.
You can be angry about something, or you can find a group of people who are kind of feeling how you feel, and that's when you say, "I see how you feel."
Yeah.
You the only person who feels this way. You can find help groups.
Yeah.
Feel what you kind of may have gone through similar circumstances. Like
Mhm.
me from a cancer, I go to those help groups, and they have kind of been through. I've been through.
Yeah.
Navigating getting told like this is what I did. So you have to go to places where okay, maybe they can help me. You have to take me. I don't want to be a passenger in my own life. I want to be the driver. So I have to take the choice. What can I do? What is my part of it, and what can I do?
When the light goes on, and I can say, oh shit, I got that. I understand what you're saying because I've experienced the same thing. I always felt so alone in my anger. Nobody could have gone through this, right? Nobody could have been hurt like this so deeply. And when I went to places where people in recovery were, they said things like, I lost a child too. I went through that experience too. I have that resentment too. And that's the beautiful thing about peer support. A peer support specialist, hey, Jordan, is someone who has lived experience. I've been somewhere. Incarceration, treatment, hospitalization, homelessness, all these things. Yes, PTSD, all these things that, see, I get right in the middle of something and my little train goes around the track and it hits my ear and it won't go in anymore. I listen to a whole lot of things. I don't know why. All right, let's go to the next one because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Shit. Consider. I like this one. Porter was talking about it. Kind of. Consider how hurt and pain have affected you. The word consider is key because it involves thinking before making a decision. Before we decide on whether or not we will forgive a person, consider the negative feelings you'd acquired since the incident. How has it changed you? How hard was the person's mistake in my life or someone else's? We talked about forgiving ourselves too. We talked about how did I hurt this person? And to look at how did this person hurt me? We can do that in therapy. We can do these things, right? And to go with that grace and mercy, right? I don't know what somebody's been through, right? I always talk about peanut butter Oreos and wanting to get those. Yeah, I actually heard my peanut butter Oreo story to death. But if somebody
Fried Oreo.
fried, ooh,
Yeah,
oh
never
wow,
had 'em. Never
man,
had 'em.
y'all killing me. But if I want to look at, but I also want to consider where that person is too. If I can look at myself, I need to give the other person an opportunity too.
They put things in perspective, like back in 50 years ago or 20 years ago, they didn't have the resources when they talked about mental health, so they didn't have never known tools. There was no
Yeah.
conversation, so you had to just deal with it and deal with
Yeah.
it. Like, oh, just keep to yourself. So they had no tools. So give them grace and mercy because putting it in perspective, we are just not talking about mental health now.
Yeah,
And people, they even slavery, they had nothing to do. They had no tools. So like, look at all these times that we had nothing to about mental health is more important than physical health for me. Because
yeah,
if you have a mental health, now we've been just taking these things and just all these triggers and traumas and we don't know what to do with them.
yeah. I didn't know. How do I deal with resentment? How? Yeah, how? Yeah. We'll deal with your resentment and ask God to help you. Call your, what is it? Pray and call your sponsor. I say
Well,
that
you
all
know,
the
in our
time.
society, I even hear people on Steve, since that guy killed himself on Ellen, people were talking about that on the radio,
Yeah,
105.3, V101.9, and it really struck me, mental illness is real.
yeah,
And I heard the DJ say, if you're sick, please go get help.
yeah.
Like, don't be afraid to ask for help.
And that's where I started to get rid of my resentment.
Yeah.
I wanted to find these people that got over it because I was sick of it. I was sick of being sick, sick of burping up, right? I'm going to use that over and over again because I think it's gross.
Right now, put it on a t-shirt.
Put it on a t-shirt, absolutely, absolutely. So the next one is accept.
Yeah.
Damn it. Accept that you cannot change the past, like Porter was saying. Not even our higher power can change the past. That hit me because, I'm big as hell, can't even change the past. Can you go tell them to be quiet? No matter how much you wish this pain would be reversed, it's time to admit to ourselves that our anger towards the person won't redeem what they have done. It's during this step that we must thoughtfully consider whether or not we want to forgive. Our anger towards that person won't redeem what they have done. I can get so pissed off and get so sick, and it won't make a damn difference for what I've been through. It is not going to change the circumstance. It is not going to change the person. Thank you, dear. I got to accept it. It says in some of the literature, acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. What? Acceptance? That sucks. I got to accept things. I got to be able to embrace and give mercy and grace to the person. I got to accept that somebody else makes mistakes just like I do. Sometimes big ones. So when I accept that, when I get to the point that I can allow someone to be themselves, and then just, when I allow somebody to be themselves, I can let go of that. And somebody may be an asshole. I can let go of that too. I can let go of that too. It might just be how they are. Porter said, we don't have the tools yet. There are people in my life that hurt me as a child that just didn't have the tools. That's some deep shit. Can I accept that they did the best they could? As screwed up as that was, can I accept that? And that's where the key to recovery is, to recovery from those resentments. I accept it. I accept that person where they were, where they are, and the beautiful thing is I let go and I get free. I get free. Yeah.
Like you said,
Hold on.
except like because of where they are and where they're at.
Yeah.
Like where they're at, their mindset. I feel like when people are like, I don't know, so yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Just accept it.
Yeah. I mean, that's all. You know what? That's what I'm left with.
Yeah.
I can either accept it or fight it. I have fought it a long time and haven't won. It's made me sicker. It's made me less happy, less serene, less connected, because there's a wall around me of pissed offness. I'm a piss-offalist.
Why do you spell that?
But I'm not an asshologist anymore, so that's good. All right, the next thing is be determined. Determine whether or not you will forgive. This is when the forgiveness process will either begin or end. The decision should not be made lightly, as it will determine the future of our relationship with that person. Do I want to forgive them?
Yeah, you got to. You know why I occupy with that?
Now,
Because, like, I have two beautiful kids. And when me and my mama never had a relationship. And then when I had my kids, it was really hard for me to accept that I'm a mama.
Yeah.
I was scared shitless.
Oh, yeah.
And what am I going to do with these two little demons? I didn't know. You see? So now that I'm clean and serene, I can be a mom.
Yeah.
I can love my kids and not let that, what she did, hold me back from loving them. Because they didn't ask to be here.
Break the cycle.
Yeah.
That's what forgiveness does. You got something, Dave?
Yeah, for me, sometimes due to some of my experiences and some of the things that were trauma related to me, there's some people that I simply can't forgive, but I learned to accept that it happened for whatever fine of a reason that they chose to introduce me to that traumatic thing. And I forgive myself for how it affected me for all that amount of time, because I was stagnant, even in the midst of recovery processes and stuff, from harboring how all those negative emotions associated with those traumas from things that happened early on in childhood. And I came to the intuitive thought or the realization that if I don't start harboring that and at least forgive myself, even though I can't forgive the person that put me through that, I'm not going to be 100% well. Yeah. And that was a long and involved process for me. It is a long and involved process. But, and it was something that after a lot of careful consideration and stuff like that I came to that conclusion. That
there's some people that just,
But I had to figure out how to forgive myself to move past that.
Yes.
Because it does affect us, like negatively, Maybe it's just like, like forgiving yourself, that makes sense.
It absolutely, we can be affected or we can be infected by this.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I mean, I had to get to the point to where, I had to find that stability and serenity. And Like the cousin that molested me when I was a 4-year-old kid. I'll never forgive him. Ever.
Yeah.
For that. But I've learned to forgive myself because I was just a 4-year-old kid. I didn't ask for that. It
Yeah.
was nothing I could control. He was 16 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to learn how to forgive myself to move past that.
It
To
wasn't.
be my best self and to have that, to live happy, joyous, and free.
Yeah.
It's nothing I did wrong. And I'll never be able to find out what made them
Yeah.
want to do
Harm
that.
you. Yeah.
But I had to learn how to forgive myself to move past that, to like be the best part of me.
Yes.
And that took a long time to get to that point and a lot of careful consideration. But at the end of the day, it all boiled down to I accepted that it happened. I forgave myself for like hiding it for a while and like dealing with it. And finally, after a long process, was able to let go of that resentment
Yeah.
and move past it.
Let go of that poison so it doesn't
Yeah.
infect me. I don't have to forgive the other person, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
But
I mean, but because of the really detrimental fragmentation that happened to me because of that experience, I'm not ever gonna truly forgive that person or have like much of a relationship with it, period. But I had to learn to accept it and forgive myself because, it wasn't something.
there is shame in powerlessness sometimes.
Yeah.
That trauma that we can go through, even as adults, can bring us shame. And what am I going to do with that? Is it going to turn into resentment? See, because anger, I like anger a hell of a lot more than I like any other emotion because it gives me strength. Pamela says, good morning, Pamela. You teach others how you treat yourself. So if you can't accept others or anything else I am challenged with, I feel it won't work until I do it for myself. Absolutely. And make a change. Practice makes progress. I like that. Practice makes progress. Thank you, Pamela. I'm stealing that. Yes, sir.
I was gonna say also, like for me, I have to realize that for me it's expectations. I expected you to love me, and I feel like you didn't. Now I resent you, but maybe you didn't know how to love. I expected you to know how to love, but that's how I know that. Maybe this is all you knew how to do.
Yeah.
And maybe to me to show you how I want to be loved. Like even relationships now, it's not up to you to show how to love me.
Yeah.
It's me to love myself and allow us to just be whoever you are in that moment.
Yeah.
Just accept you for who you are right now. I'm not trying to even act and listen to you. Sometimes I just need to listen to you. Because I don't get a lot of answers from you. I just listen to your story. If I know your story, I understand you a lot more.
Yeah.
If I know what you've been through,
I'll have a little idea about the why.
I had no that you had no, you didn't have a father at all, my father. So you didn't know how to be a father. So I can expect him to show me how to be a. So you have to put that in context and put it in perspective. Like it's not the same. Like even this we live in, we assume that I know what you did. I don't know what you told me.
Yeah.
We have a conversation.
That story has power in it.
The conversation is really important.
Yeah.
I said now we're so disconnected now. I'm telling you, places and spaces that people have this ability to come here and talk about their emotions. So I give people grace if they don't have this.
Yeah.
Everybody just have that 9 to 5 and don't have time to talk about what they're going through.
Yeah.
The process that they've been through.
And that's the key. When I share my story, it allows me to release, purge. I'm tired of burping. I want it out. I want it out. I want it out. I'm sick of it. It says learn what forgiveness means to us. Up until now, we've probably thought forgiveness was more for their benefit, not ours. But once the relationship is on the path of restoration, we've given ourselves time to accept the reality of past. It's clear that forgiveness is a way for closure is where I want to get. I want to get to the point where this doesn't affect me or infect me anymore. I may not forgive this person. I may not forgive this person yet. I may not never forgive this person. Right? That's a choice. I got to be where I am today. I want to be where my feet are, right? Because that I can go back and pick me up a resentment I thought I was done with. Anybody do that? I'm done with this. I've worked at this in therapy. I've worked for 15 years, and all of a sudden you're like, I can't believe that song, right? Can't believe they did that.
It can be a little song on the radio to take you back.
Triggers.
That's why I can't listen to certain music. This will take me back down memory lane.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that. Yes, sir.
I was like thinking, because I know you said like forgiveness. I feel like when within myself, like say like if somebody was mean to me, right? Like I don't like right now at this point, like I feel like because I'm right now trying to like move forward for everything.
Yeah.
Better my life, but then it's like so it's like I'll forgive them within myself, but they're not in my life. But I feel like those people that were mean, like I feel like they were mean because where they're at, where their mindset is at. Like I mean, they could be living a good life, but that's just where their mindset is. That's not who they are as a person. And I feel like I feel like we can forgive them within ourselves, just to like move past it and just accept it and just like keep living our lives and just better ourselves better than. But I feel like some of those people don't want forgiveness, like they don't care about that. They don't care. I mean, it is, but I mean, I was thinking of it. I kind of didn't want to say it out loud because it's kind of negative.
Yeah, no. We talk about everything because that negativity is part of resentment.
Because I feel like some people they were mean just because they wanted to be mean. Like they're not looking for forgiveness. They're not asking you to forgive them. They're just like it affected me. And it hurt me, and then but I gotta just like accept it, forgive them, and just understand that. Like that's why I know like a lot of the stuff that everybody's been saying.
It does work when I think about the shit I did to other people. That wasn't me. That wasn't the core of me, right? The core of me is out now. I came out as a decent person. Right? Who knew? but it's a change today. It's a choice today. It's about learning from that experience and forgiving myself. I got to remember I did some shit to other people and I didn't mean it. I wish I hadn't done it. I regret it deeply. I resent myself for doing it, right? Sometimes people are going through, hold on, let me read. Pamela says, right, take your power back. Don't let others have real estate in your mind. I like that, real estate. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm going to tell a funny story. We'll keep it clean.
Oh, please.
In my active addiction, I resented the police for a long time. My name was Medea. Okay, that's what they called me when I was incarcerated. So we were shelter. The police rides by there all the time, and I'm at the bus stop with all these women, and they were looking really hard, and they were looking at me. And I just went blank. I started cussing and saying everything. My friend was like, "What in the world?" And like, I don't resent them. I don't like them. And maybe it's because when I was dirty, whatever I was doing, like I'm still paranoid and I'm clean.
Yeah.
Like if you want to get in the car and you get pulled over, will you still get paranoid?
Yes.
I ain't got to be pulled over. They just got to pull behind me. I got a license today. My car is squared away. All that shit. The cop comes by me. I'm like, my ass puckers, man.
I jumped.
Oh hell.
Look, I jumped up so quick. The girl said, "Damn, what's wrong with me?" I was like, I started cussing at him. I was cussing at him. He couldn't stop me. Like I don't know, but I gotta quit doing that
because it don't work. It does. Well, that's it. Resentment doesn't work. But you were triggered by them. That brought out that resentment. And this is the shit. You resented someone else and took it out on a different person. If you don't get over what hurt you, you'll bleed on the next person.
Yeah. And that person might be your blessing.
Yeah.
That person might be the very one that might help you.
Yeah.
But
I may miss it. Yeah. I may miss it because of the resentment. Last one, hold on, Porter. Last one is to forgive. Forgive the person who wronged you. In some cases, this will be silent. We may be compelled to verbally forgive the person, even if you don't expect a kind response. But if you have followed through with the previous things, then their reaction won't really matter. It doesn't matter what they do. What will matter is that we have found a way to let go and move on.
Right.
Found a way to move on. I ain't got to like these people. I ain't got to be around them. Right? I can forgive someone and let go of that power they have over me. That's where our power comes from. That's the shit right there. When I am not allowing another person to have real estate in my head, when I do not perseverate, ruminate, burp. Pamela says, make a choice to take a chance to make a change. Because we are worth it. Recovery is our story. We are the writers of our stories one step at a time. Damn, Pamela, you are on a roll today. We are the writers of our stories one step at a time. I like that. Porter, what were you going to say, honey?
Yeah, and I was going to say that. No, you do that on train.
I'll see that train a-coming.
Yeah, I was going to say that. For especially with how we were in this world, like, if we can understand that where we were 50 years ago, we had no clue what we were doing and didn't know the impact or the effect epidemic. They didn't know how that would affect. Not talking about drug abuse and how it became demonized, something that you couldn't talk about. And now we realize that not keeping these things secret and silent, that's what kills us. Those secrets that we think that, oh, I don't want to talk about this, or my mental health, or all these things. Those are the things that really going to keep you secret like that. So things that talk about it, get it out. Even if the black community, my community, we also all keep it in the community. No, because in the community, that's where when you're talking about to anyone, I don't have to keep whoever out. No, I find my tribe and I talk about it.
I let it out. I don't hold on to it anymore. I allow myself to speak my truth. Thank you, Porter.
I rather be righteous than right.
Ooh.
I don't care what they did to me was right or wrong. I'd rather be righteous than move on.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is not even for you at all. It's for me.
Absolutely. It is. It frees me.
I deserve it.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
worthy of it.
worthy of it. Thank you. And thank you. Pamela said that we're worthy of it. And I am worthy today of a new life. I'm worthy today of allowing myself to let go of that was holding me down. I'm standing today. I'm standing straight up today. I still have some resentments I've got to deal with. Some shit that burdens my heart. But it ain't as big as it used to be. It's not as many people as it used to be because I walked through that process because I had to. Because I didn't want to live that way anymore. All right. Go ahead, Porter.
I need to carry on. Like, I'm walking on that. I can't take past trauma into this situation. I let go of what happened to me now. I have to let go of it every day. Sometimes the everyday thing, I have to be aware of how things are affecting me. It has to be meditation for me. I have to be aware of how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll mistake sadness for fear. Sometimes I don't know how I'm feeling. Sometimes I just don't understand. I don't have the verbiage to understand this is how I'm feeling. Sometimes I don't have the place to speak to you and talk to people about what I'm going through.
I got to know who I am, and that's hard sometimes.
Yeah, I'm mad at you, but I don't know who I am.
Yeah.
So how can I get to be mad at you for being mad? No.
That's a process too, to come to know ourselves enough to see what is keeping me down, what is inhibiting me. Pamela said opinions from others are not our business. Because we know who, not our business. Says because we know who we are. We know who we are.
I didn't know what that, when I lived in Greenville, North Carolina, I just had my daughter, and I went to a place called Hope Station, Hope. And when she told me that, I didn't catch on to it. What people think about me is how they go.
What people think about me is none of my damn business. Yeah, it's
So,
not.
Yeah, it's really not.
It's not.
I mean, yeah.
I don't give a shit. I do give a shit. I give a shit with some people. Yeah. But for a lot of people, that's their business. If they want to hold a resentment from me, I got to let them. If they are saying that they never want to see me again and I'm a piece of shit, I got to say to myself, that's how they think. Right? And I can't control that. And not even our higher power can change that. Okay, we're going to shut down. I want to tell you 2 things. Forgive. 3 things. Forgive. It just makes it life easier. Warm line. We've got a warm line 24/7, 365. You can call anytime and talk to a person that knows how to listen. Talk to a person that has been somewhere like you've been somewhere, right? A peer support specialist, somebody that has been incarcerated, hospitalized, homelessness, significant issues around mental health challenges. You know, we've been there. And it's good to talk to someone. We said that a lot today, talking to someone, using our tribe. The other thing is share this, please. If you found some worth in this today, share it. Someone else may. If it didn't hit you today, share it anyway. It might hit somebody that really needs it, that maybe is so burdened by their resentments that it's hard to be free. Be kind and help someone else get free today. All right. Keep peace, share love. I want to thank the crew. I want to thank my friends online. Pamela says A to Z. Hold on. Keep your peace and give peace out there. Go out there and change the world. All right. One thing at a time. One kindness at a time. All right. See you later.